What it do, Candy Crew? It's your boy Evan.
And it's your girl Charlie.
And this is Laugh Out Loud with CME.
And we're back again with another reaction video. This is a Jubilee video. And it's titled, I'm a Sociopath, Ask Me Anything. I'm gonna watch this, because what if I'm a sociopath?
You're not a sociopath. You are far from a sociopath.
You think so?
So you know what a sociopath is?
I know what it is, but we might share the same.
You don't share nothing with a sociopath.
Okay.
A sociopath don't feel nothing. You feel too much. What?
That was funny.
I wasn't joking.
That was funny. I love how when this camera turn on, you be trying. You always be play the damn video.
Charlie, what is trying?
Play the damn video.
You are an emotional person.
How can I know that you're being honest with me, and did you lie to any of us?
I don't think I've lied to anybody. I guess I could be lying to you.
If you were alone in a room with a diagnosed sociopath, what would you ask?
Have you ever been in love?
What does empathy look like for you? Have you ever felt guilt?
That's a complicated question.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Okay, that's good.
What's your name?
Great.
All right, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. What age were you diagnosed?
I think I was around 21, 22.
How old are you?
I am 33.
What's your definition of a sociopath?
A sociopath to me is someone who has no regard for themselves or for other people.
And so he could kill and just not feel nothing.
Yeah, most people are sociopaths if they kill somebody.
It's like, you know, some people do it on accident. Or clean
No, I mean, I'm not talking about them, like serial killers.
Yeah.
They be psychopaths or sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's the name? Which one of them was? What was the one? The nigga who was injured. Ted Bundy.
Oh.
He was a sociopath. A person with a personality disorder manifesting itself in extreme antisocial attitudes and behavior and a lack of conscience. Does that sound like you? Do you lack understanding of the world around you?
Oh my gosh.
Do you not understand feelings? Sociopaths have to recreate feelings. Like they have to mimic because they don't feel nothing. Like me, I'm a sociopath.
Boy,
You're very impulsive, very irresponsible, reckless, basically like a child.
Were you surprised when you got diagnosed?
I don't think surprised is the right word. I think relieved. Like I had felt out of control and I didn't understand why I was doing what I was doing for a long time. So knowing that there was an actual reason behind why I was doing these things, it was really like kind of freeing in a way.
And
What made you?
And if you yawn in front of him, he's not gonna yawn. Cause sociopaths don't feel anything. If you yawn when somebody yawn, like you feel empathy.
that's empathy?
Yeah.
By yawning after you yawn?
Yeah. It's just like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I was gonna yawn. I don't have to do it. I was gonna yawn and make you yawn, but you don't have to do it. I'm just like,
No, that was a real yawn though.
As
As
you
soon
did
as you
out-
said yawn, like I felt it.
because you feel something, you associate.
Think he was a sociopath?
Waking up in prison was probably my first clue.
Do you mind me asking what led you to go to
I was
prison?
about to say.
I've committed several crimes. I was using drugs and selling to support my habit. Also have many retail thefts.
How long ago did you commit those crimes?
The last time I committed any crimes was 2011.
And then you haven't committed any crimes since then?
I wouldn't say I haven't committed any crimes. I haven't committed any major crimes since then. Actually, I don't even drive recklessly anymore like I used to. I stopped stealing. Now that I say it, I don't know if I've been doing crimes. I think I changed my ways.
What made you make the decision to change your life?
Not wanting to go back to prison. It was
You didn't want to be nobody fresh and
one of the worst experiences of my life.
What do you think people most often misunderstand about being a sociopath?
Personally, I think that the stereotype is that they're incredibly violent and just malicious just to be mean and just for its own sake. At least for me, that's not how it presents. More often than not, people with antisocial personality disorder or sociopaths. They're just irresponsible, impulsive people that can lead to you being a little bit aggressive and irritable, but the myth that they're violent and just out of control monsters is blown way out of proportion.
Have you ever manipulated someone to benefit you?
Yeah, of course. I feel like everyone manipulates other people to an extent. We're all trying to get something out of any given relationship.
Okay. I haven't really thought of it that way. For me, it's more like mutual respect and wanting to do others for people to make them feel better.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I look at all of my relationships as very transactional, and it's just kind of the way that I engage with the world.
What are some things that piss you off?
When people can admit they're wrong or made a mistake, that drives me absolutely crazy. And I think that's just because I used to do that same thing. I used to not ever admit that I was wrong.
What does empathy look like for you, if you have empathy at all?
So I call it cognitive empathy. It's just me making sure that I put myself in someone else's shoes, like intentionally. My first response in any given situation is never empathy. It's usually some like logical like solution to the problem, when a lot of the times that's not what people need. They need you to listen and just be there for them.
Have you ever felt guilt or remorse? Is that something that you feel?
That's a complicated question. So at the time, I didn't feel bad about anything that I did. I really didn't have a care in the world. Once I move on from it, like in my head, it's over to me, which isn't great when you cheated on your partner and then they don't forget about that.
Yeah.
But I would. I regret it now because I don't like that I put people through that, and I don't like that I hurt them. But that's
I
now.
don't know. Can you
I
be
wasn't
like
bad.
kind of this? Because like sometimes I don't care about nothing.
What do you mean you don't care
Like,
about
I don't really care. Like, when somebody be talking to me, right now, I don't care.
But is that just to strangers or is that to everybody?
To everybody. Sometimes people I know say something I don't be caring.
I bet you do. I bet.
What?
That's why when I was talking, they go through here and up there. That's why you don't never remember stuff. When I bring it up a week later,
I don't
you'll
remember.
never remember nothing.
I remember what's important. If it's something I don't care
I
about,
wouldn't be talking to you if it wasn't important.
you talk to me about anything.
I bet I do.
I wanted to ask you what your childhood was like.
Part of the problem is, like, I don't store memories very well, so I don't necessarily remember much of my childhood.
Is that a condition associated with being a sociopath?
From what I've gathered, memories tied to emotion fairly strongly. The way that I experience emotions is not quite as deep as other people, so the emotional tie to like memories that makes them stick in your brain doesn't really happen for me that often.
Did you tell your parents about your diagnosis right away?
No, actually I didn't. I've only actually mentioned it to my parents one time. When I told them, they didn't believe me. They're like, that's not the Greg I knew. And I guess it just speaks to how fooled I had them. They just didn't believe that I was capable of those things.
Have you ever been in love? And do you feel love?
I think so. I do experience emotions and love and connection and closeness. It's just maybe not to the depth or like breadth of some other people.
Who would you say is your favorite person in your life right now?
Probably my son. Followed very shortly after that by my partner. He's one of the main reasons that I've gotten better.
And your diagnosis hasn't affected your parenting in any way?
Wanting to be the best dad I can for him is like a huge motivating factor for me, because I don't want him to live the same life I've lived. There's a huge genetic component to sociopathy, and the other half of that is your environment. So I have to do everything I can with his environment to overcome his genetics.
How did you feel when you first met your wife?
It's always been her, even though there was a period of time where I was really not a good boyfriend. I was not a good partner. I don't deserve to still have her, but she stuck it out and knew that there was a person inside of that version of Greg that was better.
Do you go to therapy?
I have gone to therapy in the past. At the time I was in prison, I did have what's called a therapeutic community, and they do cognitive behavioral therapy. And when I left prison, I didn't continue. Nowadays, it's more like self-led. Like I do self-exploration, and with my partner, we kind of explore it. If something happens, she'll gently let me know. It feels like an accusation, like you're doing something wrong. I'll shut down. I don't like being told what to do. So a lot of the times, I don't know, I require gentle guidance.
Is that you think like you've learned how to cope with being a sociopath?
So the way I look at it is that I've learned how to not destroy my life by accident. I can manage to stop those thoughts and impulses before they
it's just not
lead to action.
A video with that.
How can I know that you're being honest with me, and did you lie to any of us?
I don't think I've lied to anybody. I guess I could be lying to you, but it doesn't serve me to lie to you or to most people. I'm here to like share my actual lived experience. I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
And if you'd like this chance to meet face to face, someone would be good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is not gonna be a second. The video gonna cut out, but it was only like a minute left.
Maybe that's just how they want.
The sociopath.
I know he is crazy as hell.
I'm not crazy. You know, that's not what a sociopath is. That's a psychopath.
Oh my god, you're right. Because now that I just read the definition, like people do like get sociopath and psychopath confused.
That's because they just hear path. That should be a straight J.
Like a psychopath.
I feel like I'm
crazy.
I feel like I'm a smidget of it. I don't.
A sociopath, you just don't. But you care about other people's feelings. You don't disregard.
Sometimes I just.
But you can't say it's either you do or you don't. Sociopaths is just.
I guess it depends on the situation. Because sometimes when somebody telling me something, I don't care, but I will listen to you. And
a sociopath is not gonna listen.
He just said he listen to stuff. He said, he just said he tried to do it logically.
Well, he says he tries to do
cognitive.
Don't do that.
Fuck it. No, bro, to my friends, I be trying to get them right.
Don't do that.
Cognitive.
You used the whole thing?
No, it's in the fridge. Cognitive.
Why didn't you?
But
you have some?
You got a problem?
Do you have some?
No. You got a problem? You got a problem?
You have some?
You got a problem?
You gonna taste it?
I'm gonna leave all this in there. But, with that being said, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe.
This is
no, because he
this one. This the only.
Peace to you, Candy Crew.